Here's a step-by-step look at installing a sliding door to an existing house wall. A sliding door can open the house onto a patio or deck, provide an excellent outdoor view, and allow easy access to the backyard. To install a sliding door, first decide a structurally sound location for the entranceway. Do not locate a patio door closer than 4 feet from any corner, otherwise the sheathing or bracing at the corners could be compromised. Turn off the water supply and all electrical power to the wall in question. After removing any obstructions on the interior wall, refer to the instructions included with your door for the recommended rough opening dimensions. This refers to the dimensions inside the trimmer studs and between the floor and the bottom header. The opening will be slightly larger than the door frame. The extra space allows for squaring the frame with shims. Mark the cut lines running all the way to the ceiling. The interior wall above the door's rough opening will be removed to build the header. Remove the wall board, remove any insulation, and relocate any electrical wiring or piping. Some framing studs also must be removed to allow room for the new door. So install temporary 2x4 support studs running from the floor to the ceiling joist, about 2 feet in front of the door location. With the supports in place, cut the nails at the top and the bottom of the studs, and then use a pry bar to pull the studs away. Install the 12-inch header at the top. Header thickness should equal the width of the framing studs. With the header propped in position, use 16-penny nails to fasten each end of the studs. Then add short blocking studs running from the top of the header to the bottom of the upper framing rail. Cut the trimmer studs to fit snugly between the bottom plate and the header, and nail them to the full studs with 16-penny nails. Then, cut the bottom framing plate flush with the trimmer studs and pry it away from the rough opening. The house shown had a brick exterior. In this case, cut the sheathing along the edges of the rough opening, revealing the bare brick. Cut away a 2-foot square in the center of the exposed brick with a masonry saw, a demolition hammer, or a circular saw with a diamond blade. Next, chip away at the mortar joints of the brick surrounding the hole. Gradually hammer out the brick, expanding the hole and keeping the brick intact to be reused around the frame of the door. Now, if the door is going to be in a brick wall, install a steel lintel above the frame, flush with the top course and even with a header. The lintel must extend 3 or 4 inches beyond the edges of the rough opening. Insert each end of the angle iron into the brick joints on each side of the door and mortar it into place. It's a good idea to prime and paint all sides and surfaces of the lintel prior to installation. Next, apply caulk to the floor along the sill location and have a helper position the door. The door shown had a nailing flange, which is placed between the brick and the sheathing. Drive nails through the flange into the trimmer stud and then fasten to the header. With the frame sitting in the rough opening, make sure all sides are plumb and level. Most doors have side jambs with pre-drilled holes for installing screws. Use your wood shims between the jambs and trimming studs to keep the frame plumb as you install it. Then, install the panels according to the manufacturer's instructions. All hardware and parting stops will be included. Be sure the rollers on the sliding panels are centered on the sill guide and ride along smoothly. Lubricate them if necessary. Fill any exposed framing cavities with insulation. Add caulk and weather stripping to all edges of the door. Add new wallboard and trim boards to the interior. Finish the project by mortaring the discarded brick along the sides of the door frame. For more information on this or any other home improvement project, visit extremehowto.com.